Hi, so we're here today with Ernie Newman, who's going to be putting on the HTC Sense onto his new Nexus One. So Ernie, how does this happen?
If you go to motico.com, you can sign up as a premium member and bake alpha and beta ROMs to test on your phones. So I downloaded the beta 13 for HTC Sense in one of the Motico ROMs, and I've loaded it onto the flash. So we will reboot the phone. Just let it shut down.
Okay, so in general, the steps, once you've loaded into Flash on your device, onto the Nexus One, you have to reboot it, and then what are the approximate steps you're going to have to go through?
You basically have to tell the phone to boot into the new ROM.
Okay.
I use a tool called SuperBoot that will allow you to pick different ROMs that you have on your SD card for testing. SuperBoot you can also download at Motico as well. Great guys.
Great.
So to get into SuperBoot, you hold down the ball, power it up, and now I'm in SuperBoot. So I can come over here and I can pick my bootloader. I'm going to tell it to go into the recovery image, which is a base image that lets me pick my ROM. So now it's booting into the recovery mode.
2, 1.
So when you're in SuperBoot with this new ROM, you have to wipe your existing settings because the partitioning is different for the OS. So in SuperBoot you just choose wipe and you just do a factory reset. And then we'll go back into SuperBoot again and pick the ROM.
Go.
So now we're back in, we'll pick our system image from the SD card. Off we go.
Okay, so far fairly simple.
Yep. So now I just have picked my ROM. So I say to flash zip from SD card.
Okay, looks like the third or fourth option down.
I called my new ROM Sense with today's date because I change these often. And I choose it. Off it goes. And this will take some time, so we'll set the phone down.
Okay, so while we're letting it boot up.
Yeah, it's extracting the ROM right now.
Okay. It looks like we're about 3/4 of the way through, and it's been about 2 minutes. However, you said in doing this in the past.
Yeah, I've had it take up to 10 minutes. I got a little worried. I thought that maybe I broke something, but it just took time to decompress. This one's actually done.
Okay.
So now we just choose to reboot the device. Now it's going to write the images.
I've got the Nexus One there on the left, right next to an HTC Hero.
And we'll have the Hero interface in a moment.
All right, so what's it doing right now?
Rebooting.
Okay.
Now it's extracting the ROM. Has a few more things to do, and we'll be up and running.
Great. Okay, now what is it doing?
So it formatted the cache, and now I just have to tell it to go ahead and reboot again.
Okay, so rebooting one more time.
Yep, and it should come up in the mode we want.
And about how long will this take?
Probably a couple minutes.
Okay, so Ernie, I noticed that as it's rebooting, there's the padlock symbol in the bottom.
Yeah, that means that the Nexus One has been unlocked. That's the first step to be able to use your phone with other ROMs. You have to unlock it. So there's the new. That's a new screen. I've never seen that before.
All right, we've rebooted the device, and the quietly brilliant splash screen is coming up, whereas initially it comes up with a Google screen, right?
Correct. And the last time we rebooted this, the screen was up for a while, but apparently it's working just fine now.
It locked up. So let me put down my HTC Hero, and we'll do some comparison.
Setup. And skip all those for now. I'm not going to connect to a Wi-Fi network. So I'm skipping these for the sake of just getting to primary screen.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
There we go.
Looks like it's the right time.
Yep. Oh, and look, pinch zoom. Oh, nice. Multiple screens. Pick the one you want. That's a nice touch. Make sure data connection is working. Yeah, there we go. HTC's webpage. Going to bounce out. Yeah, nice.
Great.
I love that interface.
And that's how you put HTC Sense on the Nexus One.